Congratulations! You've worked so hard to get to this point, and you finally decided to start that business. You've come up with the product or service that you want to sell. You have your business name, and from what you know, you're now ready to go. But before you start that business, here are some top administrative tasks that you want to make sure is done properly so that your business is set up for success for the long term. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin Love with King Robin Love. In today's video, we're going to go over some of the most significant administrative tasks as it relates to starting a business. Now, these tips are going to help you make sure that your business is set up for success for the long term. Now, if you find this video to be helpful, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on post notifications as well so you can be the first to know when I drop new videos. Now that you have your product or service and you've decided what your business name is going to be, the first thing you want to do is register your business name with your state. This lets the state know not only what the name of your business is, what the physical address is, who are the owners of the company, and what the nature of your business will be. So before you launch and before you actually go live, you want to make sure that this step is taken care of first. Second, you want to make sure to register your business with the IRS. When business owners register their business with the IRS, they are issued what's called an EIN number. The EIN, or Employer Identification Number, is similar to a Social Security number for individuals. However, this number is for business purposes only. So business owners that wish to file their business on their yearly tax returns, open a business bank account, apply for certain licenses and permits, you are going to be required to have an EIN number. Third, now that you have your articles of organization, which means you've registered with your state, and you also have an employer identification number, so you've registered with the federal government, go ahead and open up a business bank account. And this is one of the most skipped steps by entrepreneurs. It is very important to have your funds separated from the very beginning. You want to know what you've contributed as the owner from the very beginning, as well as what you spent on that business as it relates to your operating expenses. So you take your articles of organization as well as the EIN number that's been issued to you by the federal government, and that is enough for you to now go to a bank and open up a business bank account. Now, my recommendation is to open one with credit unions. Credit unions tend to be much more friendly towards small business owners. They're more willing to offer you some working capital. They don't require minimum balances. So it just ends up being more of an advantageous opportunity going with the credit unions. But if you have a bank that you have a long-term relationship and you feel more comfortable keeping all of your accounts within that same network, that works as well. You just want to make sure that you do actually take the step to go ahead and separate the account from the very beginning. 4, keep track of your expenses. Now, I cannot place enough emphasis on how important this is, especially for a new entrepreneur. So the software that I use is QuickBooks.com, and QuickBooks is very small business friendly. They have several different packages, so you pretty much are able to decide which one works best for you. But QuickBooks is great for keeping track of your income and revenue, your expenses. You can record your mileage, your assets. You can depreciate your assets. You don't want to guesstimate how much money you had coming in. You don't want to guesstimate how much you spent in operating expenses for the month of April or March. This is a way for you to sort of bring all of those details into one place, so when you need to know, it's available for you. So be sure to keep track of your expenses. Whether you choose to use QuickBooks or some other bookkeeping software, either way is fine. This is just something that you want to know and have a good grasp on before you go and start your business. 5, get a professional email address for your business. You don't even want to come in with an @Yahoo, @Gmail, or @AOL account. You want to give your customers the idea that you are a professional from the very beginning. And something as simple as having a G Suite email address or an email address that has your business name at the end of it could sell your customer much quicker than someone that has an @Yahoo or an @Gmail address. So this is done pretty simply. You can go to google.com and search business email address and open up one with their G Suite. Or I know that there's an option for you to do it directly through your website provider. So just make sure that you have that professional email address before you send your first email to your customers or email list. Before they contact you or hit your contact button and see that your email is @Yahoo or @Gmail, this is something you want to take care of before that happens. 6, you want to make sure to create a marketing plan. It does not matter what product or service that you offer. If you don't have a plan on how you are going to promote your business or how you plan to make those first sales, the chances of you being successful are far less than they would be if you went ahead and created one. Your marketing plan typically tells you what the market is like. Is this a product that people are researching for and they are wanting to obtain? Who are your competitors? What platforms do they use to market their brand? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Instagram? What do they sell their products at? If they have a same or a similar product to the one that you intend to sell, you should know what the average price range is for that product, just to make sure that you're not overpricing yourself or underpricing yourself. Will you have an email list? Do you plan to email your subscribers to keep them up to date with your progress or any new releases that you plan on launching? If so, you want to create your email list. If you determine that your product is most marketed on Facebook and Instagram, you need to have those pages open before you go live. So creating your marketing plan sort of gives you a path on how to go about successfully entering this market. You don't want to enter the market blind under the assumptions that you'll figure it all out as you go, because it'll be much harder once you've already gotten started. While on the contrary, if you come into the situation with a game plan, with a certain amount of knowledge, at least enough to get you started comfortably to a point where you feel like you can actually compete, you'd be far better off than you are going to be without that marketing plan. So you make sure that you have your marketing plan. You have a plan to run an email list if that is applicable. It just answers a lot of the questions that will need to be answered anyway, but this way answers them up front rather than you having to figure it out. 7, and this goes directly in line with your marketing plan. Before you start or go live with your business, you have to do your research. There is no way around it. Even if there's someone who is selling a course that you think may be applicable to your business, that is a way of doing research. If you want to use YouTube, Google, without research, in fact, research is king, okay? Without research, there is no way that you can expect to have an understanding of the market that you plan to enter. And when you're researching, you want to know, how much money is this industry worth? Or how much money did this industry make last year? who are the top competitors within this industry? What does a product or course in that industry typically sell for? So without your research, you cannot effectively create your marketing plan, and without your marketing plan, you cannot effectively do your research. So those two go hand in hand, and you just want to make sure that these things or these two things are done before your go live date. The more information you have, the more likely that you are to be successful. My last recommendation, and I will say maybe we save the best for last, is to build a website. And just an FYI for some of the entrepreneurs who are new to entrepreneurship out there, having a social media page does not count as your website. Your Facebook page, even though it has a Facebook shop section, your Instagram page, same thing, they have a shop section. That is not your website. For business owners, your website can almost be considered your home. This is where your customers are going to want to go to have an opportunity to learn more about you and your business and your products and or service that you are selling. You want to either start with an elementary website, one that you can build up yourself. I know Wix, Shopify, BigCommerce, these companies all have what's called the free templates. They're pretty easy to set up. And then eventually, once you get to that point, you can go ahead and invest in someone actually building you a major type of website. But every business, small or new, needs a website. And my recommendation is that you have at least an elementary website before you launch your business. People want to have the opportunity to further investigate. The message is the more you have done correctly up front, the better off you'll be. All right. And those are my tips for things that you must do before you go live or start your business. Now, if you found this video to be helpful, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on post notifications as well, so you can be the first to know when I drop new videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.